With the driving project now complete, and no other cars in the TueZday garage to steal my focus, it's time to turn all my attention back to Project RBZ and knock out some of the upgrades and other parts accumulating on our shelf. So I've touched on some things here in the vlog and other things on Instagram. I've been knocking out little projects here and there in the background and acquiring other parts for bigger, better projects, specifically like version 2 of other projects. We've talked about version 2 of the exhaust, cams, cam gears, all that good stuff. A lot of that stuff has now arrived. I'm still waiting on one more box, and I want to share some of these things with you. And today, together, we are going to build exhaust version 2.0, and there's some really good reasons for that, and we'll get to that when we get to it. But first, before we do that, let's recap something I've been building on the side and knock out a small project that's in the same vicinity. It's important to always remember that this project is meant to be the total package. It's not a missile, it's not a drift car, it's not a show car. It's meant to be just all the things and enjoyable and beautiful and splendorous. And I know, guys, I know that deep down inside you want to see me do some skids, man. And right now I just have such a deep respect for this build, and we're not quite there yet. We're just not quite there. With that said, we still got lots of other things that we want to constantly work on, constantly improve, and one of them was the sound system. And if you've been following me on Instagram, you've seen the process start to finish. So let me show you what's been going on, man. It's freaking awesome. So I have custom built 2 sub boxes. This was a particular challenge because it's a 2+2 and it has the ABS right here in this area. It is all made exactly the right size, following the lines of the car. It goes all the way down to the floor. You could see this box was particularly more difficult because it required significant other shaping. However, I was still able to get the aerometric volume that I need inside the box here, and I can kind of bend this forward just a little bit, a peekaboo of what's going on here. And the challenge here with the 2+2s is that carpet is not designed to be on the actual floor. I haven't yet sorted out the trunk floor and exactly what I'm gonna do there. And in previous Z's, when I built this kind of setup in the back, I built a wooden floor with a trap door and all that other good stuff. So everything's in, everything's wired up. It is awesome. It sounds amazing. Let's take a little demo, shall we? Just to give you a little bit of demo, I've got these things. Now, some of you guys may or may not know what these are. They are called compact discs. Ooh, old technology. Ooh, CDs for short. Let's just grab one of these guys, give a little bit of a demo here. Oh my god, dude, talk about totally 90s. And yes, that's mine. I actually own that CD. And I've probably had it for longer than some of you guys have been alive. Let's play something a little more current. Yeah, that's what's up, dude. That is what's up. Alright, so the one quick thing that I want to knock out real fast is something I actually discovered in the process of installing this stereo system, and really kind of got my goat, man. I started noticing some oily residue on this shock, and then I started noticing it was pooling there. And then if you look, you could see a discoloration on the freaking speaker grill, which really sucks because these were pretty legit freaking speaker grill, man. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, it all sucks. So I got some stuff to replace it. The last piece of it just came in today. Thank you, Concept Z. New rear hatch struts and brand new, still in the wrapping, rear speaker covers. I thought that these would be expensive. Concept Z Performance has these for 22 bucks, man. Don't delay. If yours are sun faded and they're looking gross, 22 bucks, $44 for a pair. That's just one little tiny thing that you could do to freshen up. Anyway, I'm gonna install all this new fresh stuff and then I'll be right back with you. One side complete with the fresh new grill and new shock. All is well. Now I just need to do this side. Overall, you can see it's not a huge difference. Like, mine were already in amazing condition, but this oily spot that you can see, oh yeah. All right, let me get the other one changed out and we'll be rocking and rolling. Not only does this say a lot, but this says a lot as well. When I was changing this one out and just had the old original one here, it would not even come close to holding the rear hatch up. 25 years, man. Goodbye. Completely installed, everything's done, everything's all right. She's got volleyball practice. I'm headed to the gym. We'll be back later and do some other stuff. Back from the gym, man. Terrific workout. Everything was good. But man, I wanted to show you something really quick. This is freaking amazing. These struts that I put in are just standard lift. They're not like extra lift for a wing or anything like that. They're just standard lift. Just pulling this lever. Watch this, man. That's insane. In all the years I've ever been a Z owner, I've never just seen that happen, ever. So that's cool, that's neat. Glad that that's fixed. New speaker grills, everything is. Just need to finish up that floor like I talked about, but everything else is looking good. Looking onto our parts shelf, still waiting on one more thing to come, and I think it's supposed to be here tomorrow, but we're not gonna even get to that right now. We're gonna get to it soon enough, but check this out. Oh yeah. Oh snap, I'm excited about these. These will be getting installed soon enough. In fact, we are going to start the breakdown very, very soon, and I am pleased as punch about all that. But today, I want to focus on exhaust 2.0. Now have the welder, everything's hooked up, everything's ready. This thing's looking great. Got the gas. We're not doing it with flux core, and I'll tell you what, welding gas, holy freaking crap, dude. It's expensive. I don't know if it's expensive in general, but especially here in Hawaii, whew, that's expensive, man. It's expensive. I've already got these pieces of exhaust here. Now these are, and they're not made for this application. These are made for an RB26 in an S30 chassis, like a Datsun Z car. This is definitely a different design than what I'm currently running. I'm currently running one that is more or less like an equal length thing, but we're having issues with one, this tube touching the transmission because it actually comes out and wraps around and all that good stuff. And two, the angle of this coming out of the front turbo is very, very different. The one thing that we had to do in exhaust setup 1.0 was right inside there. The exhaust had to be bent in order to clear over some banjo joints on the steering rack. I'm hoping that this clears those banjo joints without any other modification. If not, I know it will be a lot closer of a clear than it would the way that it is now. The second pipe was just kind of part of the kit. Not exactly sure what parts of it I'm going to use and what I'm not. It is a V-band joint, which is really super cool, super fine. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the current old exhaust. So I'm going to remove everything from the turbos back to the muffler pipes. We're going to look at things compared side by side. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, a few weeks ago there was another Cars and Coffee that was over in Kailua. Beautiful, beautiful area. Lots of cool cars came out. It got a little bit of good coverage. I'm going to go ahead and roll some of that coverage, and while you're watching that, I'm going to pull this exhaust out and we'll meet back when it's all complete. Welcome back, and I have the old exhaust pulled out off of the turbos, man, and you can see this is the part that we've made. I really want to draw your attention to this right here. Now this has got a flex pipe in it, so it's a little not exactly lined up. If I go ahead and orient this other one in the shape that it needs to be precise. Now look, as this pipe is coming out of that, how it's square off of the flange right here, but this one, it's not square off. It's actually coming out at a very steep angle. And this is what attracted my attention when I saw this online, was that steep angle as it came out of this flange right here. So I thought, you know what, maybe, because this one comes out at a T, just like it does, This is the part that we had to crush in right here. And you could see, like, I don't know if you could really get the magnitude of just how crushed it is right here, man. It is quite a bit. So I have a feeling that because this one comes out such a different angle, I have a feeling this is gonna clear, man. I have a feeling it's gonna clear. And unlike this original exhaust for the GTR, which kind of swooped back up, this one kind of keeps going progressively down and then kind of comes up. Fingers crossed, man. Let's get this thing installed and see what we see. Oh yeah, freaking booyah, dude. It fits perfect. It fits freaking perfect. Let me get a little further view here. Coming right off that turbo, clears the steering rack. It comes off at a really good angle, gets right around where the foot part is. However, it's just a little close right here. You can see it's gonna basically get in the way of the transmission mount. But sitting here just doing some quick brainstorming, I think I got a fix. This is the really awesome part, guys. That is cleared. That is cleared. This was made for a 240, 260, 280Z, and it works perfect for the 300. So, oh, excellent find. Guys, I am so freaking excited that this thing is working, and we're gonna have the free flow of that full 2.5 inches of pipe, and no kinks, no bends, no crush points, nothing inside of it. It's gonna be free flowing. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I'm not exactly certain that we're gonna be able to use this bung for the O2 sensor, because I think it was just in such a place our O2 may be in risk of rubbing against the actual body of the car. That's kind of an issue. As you saw, this part came out and it was really close to the body, and any more pipe coming out of here is actually going to hit the transmission mount. And we really don't even have too much longer till we get to where we need to go. So we're really only talking like maybe another foot of pipe, so really not a lot more to go. Now, this second piece of pipe came with it, and you could buy this one all by itself, or you could pay a little bit extra and get this piece. And I figured, you know what, just for the sake of supply economy, I'm gonna go ahead and get the one with both of them, because I think this was like 2 something and this was like 3 something. So you're getting this pipe for like 75 or 100 bucks. But check this out, it has this interesting little whoop-de-doo bend in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get the welder fired up, and I'm gonna take this length out right here. I think I'm gonna cut it right about here, put this flange here, use this piece of pipe so that it will do this thing. It'll just drop down just a little bit to get where we need to go. And then right about here, I think, is where we'll make another cut, start to do a 45-degree bend into the remaining part of the exhaust. And yeah, man, we'll be freaking golden grams, dude. I got a lot of little bits of measuring, cutting, welding, all kinds of good stuff. But guys, Exhaust 2.0 is gonna be a reality, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. So hopefully you're not, now just seeing this and you need to make it Exhaust 2.0. Maybe you catch this in time, you'll get it right the first time. So cool beans, man. Let's get this knocked out. So what you saw was me cutting off this section here, reclaiming the actual V-band clamp, and then using it. So I've shortened this quite a bit now, and just done some tacks. Of course, the tacks are disgusting because those are really the first times I'm pulling that trigger, and just trying to get the right heat and gas settings and all that other good stuff. But that should be exactly where we need it for length. I'm gonna get under, fit it, see how it's all doing together, and then come back out. Probably finish this weld and then see where we need to go with the next piece. I think that is gonna work just fine and just right. There's just enough room to get the clamp in there. Oh man, I could not be happier about this. Over the freaking moon. If I get back, you can see where I'm at and where I need to get to. Basically, like I said, I need to drop down just a little bit and then curve right into that guy. And I think I might take that off and put a V-band there as well. I'm gonna start piecing and parting, cutting and chopping, start working the link between these two, and too easy breezy, man. Some spots are definitely better than others. It's definitely different welding with gas as opposed to not with gas. Some of this is pretty gross, but overall, guys, I'm happy with where it's going. Functional, I'm getting good penetration in the metal, so it's all good. Garage mechanic Oh yeah. It's getting late in the day. I've reached some pretty good progress. I'm also playing Mr. Mom, so I need to wrap it up and make some dinner. Let me show you kind of where I'm at because it's pretty exciting. Everything's really coming together. You can see here that the V-band fit just perfect on that pipe. This front pipe attached to the turbos is now completely tightened down and in where it needs to be. This is nowhere near the body, so it's not gonna touch in vibrations or anything. And I went ahead and took this pipe and I cut this length off right there. This pipe has definitely come in handy because I've been reusing the heck out of it, the pieces and parts. Here is another part of it. This had a pipe sticking out, which is what attached to that portion right there. All we have to do is get to that pipe right there. So this pipe with the flex tube is gonna slip right onto this pipe here, just like that. And then this will obviously bend the correct way, headed towards that bend, and all I need to do, it looks like, is shorten this pipe by about 2.5 inches and then go ahead and put the new V-band flange on it. I'm also going to make sure I add a hanger right there to this pipe. So now we'll have 2 flex pipes so that our turbos aren't strained. We'll also have the hanger, so it should be perfect now, man. I'm so excited. In the meantime, dudes and dudettes, check this out. 2 new packages have arrived. Let's open these dudes up. The triple flow cam cover baffle plate. This is the Mines baffle kit for the RB26. There should be something else in here too. More sponges and our Tomei timing belt. Let's check these dudes out real quick. Oh, bruh. Check that out. Oh, super sexy. These will get installed when we actually take everything apart and send the valve covers off to the powder coater, because the baffle has to come out anyway to get the powder coating done. So when we put it all back together, we will install these new baffles. Just that much less blow by and garbage getting into our systems. Let's open this guy. Oh, snap. Yes. Yes, sir. So much. Yes. Oh, man. I don't want to get too much in there because my hands are dirty, but dude, we have our pawn cams. These are the Type B pawn cams. Oh, this is going to be great. Exciting, dude. Exhaust 2.0 is coming along. This is really crucial. Again, that's not a mistake. That is R&D. That is R&D. That's just the way it goes when you build a car, man. We got the conversion done. Everything's running just fine, but now it's time to just keep making it better. For the longest time, I've wanted to get the valve covers powder coated. If I'm gonna take the valve covers off, I might as well just do the cams and all that other freaking awesome stuff too. So once all that stuff's done, guys, we're getting that tuned, and then it's time to be singing that choo-choo song. That's what it is. Anywho, like I said, I'm gonna call it quits for the night because I need to put some groceries in my throat. All right, next day, feeling good, feeling fresh, man. It's a great day to be back at the garage. The trade winds have come in. There is an incredible breeze today. Feels really good in the garage. Last couple of days have been super muggy, super humid. Because of all that humidity, now the mosquitoes are kind of bad today, but whatever, man. I'm all bug sprayed up and I'm ready to go. I just got the back of the car up off the ground. I need to pull out the mid to rear piece of exhaust that we've got in. And while I'm under here, one thing I've never done since I've owned the car is actually change out the fluid of the rear diff. So you know what? Let's just knock that out real quick and pull the exhaust out while we're down there. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this thing has never been serviced. Yeah, buddy. Put that heat on it. That's just disgusting. A little more cutting, a little more welding, a little more testing, a little more fitting, a lot more success, man. We are in a great place. The exhaust is mocked up. It's still got some things I need to finish up, but man, it is on the car. This is freaking awesome. All right, so you can now see here's our pipe off the turbo, V-band flange, slight whoop-de-whoop to our flex pipe, curving in half of the new V-band flange right there, and then it leads on in and goes right back out. I was going to cut out this junction right here, reuse this junction right here, but I'm too nervous I'm gonna make a mistake. I don't have extra parts, I don't have extra pipe on hand. All I did was I ground down these welds and then went back and put a nice fresh bead all around. Identified a few leaks, so those have all been fixed. So I just need to make my ticks, make my marks, finish some welding, get that other V-band flange, get everything tightened up, and then we'll be ready to start the car and see if there's any change whatsoever. And of course, we gotta make sure we test for leaks, but I'm pretty confident, man. Pretty confident. Boys and girls, exhaust 2.0 is done, man. Everything is welded up. Everything's been fabbed, everything's been measured, everything's been good to go, man. I am super pumped, super stoked. Still got to put the exhaust hanger on this side. I've already got it measured out. I've already got it cut. I took the old hood prop from the 300, so that is awesome. Way to recycle, GG. Just one final looky-loo at everything, guys, and then we're gonna fire her up. This is the big piece that really matters. So we're no longer sitting or straddling or trying to get over or crushed in to get over those two banjo joints right there. Everything's good. I went ahead and just beat in a little bit of the body right there, and I'll give it a little bit of touch-up spray, but I wanted to go ahead and put the sensor right there. It looks like it's touching, it's not, it's just close, but we're gonna be fine. The engine's not gonna have a lot of twisting or torquing, so we should be good to go on that. Yeah, the pipe is good. As you can see here, I also put in some heat material. It's the same stuff that's under the hood. Originally, I actually bought it for the trans tunnel here. So glad to actually be using it for what it's worth. Then this comes to the flex joint and then meets right there at the V-band. And then, if you can make it out, really cramped our nice little support. That's right into that pipe there. So everything is good to go, man. I'm really happy with all the clearances. I'm happy with everything. I'm especially happy about those banjos up front. And now we just need to fire up and be really happy. Got her fired up, man. She sounds great. Sounds good, man. Yeah, didn't really affect the overall sound whatsoever. Which is great. I already got underneath the car and checked for all the exhaust leaks, and believe it or not, all of my welds are go on a first time go, man. I'm so super stoked. I'm really excited for the welder that I have now, man, and just the performance that it brings into this garage, the opportunities it brings in this garage, man, and just overall awesomeness. Dude, exhaust 2.0 is a thing, man. It's done, it's awesome, it's on the car. Car's running great. I'm freaking off. I'm so excited. Now, what's next for the TueZday garage? Well, there's a little project that's behind the camera right now that you guys won't see right now, but you're gonna see soon enough. But in the meantime, for Project RBZ, oh yeah, dude, it's coming. It's all coming very soon. And we're gonna be sending the valve covers and the top of the engine off to the powder coaters, get those done. And I also have a second set of iron brakes in there that I'm gonna be taking apart completely, and we're gonna send those to the powder coater as well. So eventually this set of aluminum brakes may or may not go up for sale. Not sure. Anyway, guys, that's it for me tonight. Thanks for coming along. I hope you're picking up something, hope you're picking up some knowledge. And by the way, I will put links in the description as to what this exhaust is that I ended up using. Again, this is for an RB26 swap into, what is it, the S30 chassis, the Datsun 240Z, 260, 280. So I'll put that in the description. It works on the 300, man. It's freaking awesome. It's actually advertised does not work on the 240 S13, S14, but it works on the 300, and that is freaking awesome. So anyway, if you're looking for it, link in the description. Ciao a tutti and aloha. Bye-bye.